All right, let's tackle one of the biggest myths out there, one that's probably holding you back. We're going to talk about how to build a system that makes you take action, even on those days when you have absolutely zero motivation. Sounds good, right?
I mean, how many times have you found yourself in this exact spot? You've got this big, important thing you need to do, a goal you really want to hit, but you're just stuck. You're waiting for that lightning bolt of motivation to finally strike. And that little voice in your head, oh, it's so familiar, isn't it? I'll just start tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow when I feel more motivated. We tell ourselves this story that some future version of us is just gonna magically have all the drive we're missing right now. But then tomorrow comes. You wake up, you check in with yourself, and nothing. That spark you were banking on, it's just gone, vanished.
And so the task gets pushed back again, and you're trapped in this really frustrating cycle. Here's the thing, waiting for the feeling to act is what stops you from ever acting at all. But if this sounds familiar, listen up. You are not stuck. There is absolutely a way out of this. Okay, so to break that cycle, we have to start by tearing down a huge misconception, a big idea that we've all kind of been sold on. Let's just call it what it is, the motivation myth. You know the image I'm talking about, right? The super successful person who just leaps out of bed, totally energized, ready to conquer the world. We look at that and we think, wow, they must be powered by some secret, unstoppable motivation that I just don't have. Well, let me tell you a little secret. It's a complete fantasy. The most successful people on the entire planet have days where they feel tired, drained, and totally unfocused. The real difference isn't their motivation. Nope, it's their system. And this right here, this is the core idea that can change everything for you. The secret isn't about finding more motivation. It's about making motivation totally irrelevant. The real key? It's building a system. Okay, so here's the fundamental shift. Most people, right, we wait to feel ready before we take action. But successful people, they know something different. They know the feeling of motivation comes after you start, not before. They have a system that just gets them started, no matter how they feel. So what exactly is an action system? Well, think of it like a framework that you build for yourself ahead of time. And its one and only job is to make taking action automatic. It removes the need to make a decision, it removes the need to feel motivated, it basically takes all the guesswork out of just showing up. See, relying on motivation, it's a total trap. It's an emotion, and you know how emotions are. They're fickle. They change all the time. You can get super hyped up from a video, and then poof, it's gone the second a stressful email hits your inbox. If your action depends on your feelings, consistency is pretty much impossible. All right, so we get the why. We understand the problem. Now let's get to the fun part, the how. Let's actually build your action system, step by step. It really comes down to 3 key pillars. First, start small. This is going to crush that overwhelmed feeling. Then, remove friction, which clears the path for you. And finally, use triggers, which puts the whole thing on autopilot, so you don't even have to think about it. Okay, step 1, you have to start so small it feels almost ridiculous. Seriously, we fail because we think I need to work out for an hour and that just sounds exhausting. But what about do 5 push-ups or read 1 page? See, your brain can't really come up with a good excuse for that. The goal here isn't the big task. The goal is just to start.
And the psychology behind this is so simple, but it's incredibly powerful. You know, an object at rest stays at rest, right? Starting is always the hardest part. But once you take that first tiny step, your brain starts to build momentum. The inertia is broken. And what you'll find is that 2 minutes somehow turns into 20, and you didn't even have to force it.
Next up, step 2 is all about removing friction. Your goal is to make the right action the easiest action. Think about it. Every little obstacle, like having to dig for your workout clothes or needing to clean off your desk, it's just an excuse. It gives your brain a perfect reason to take the path of least resistance, which, let's be honest, is usually just grabbing your phone. So, you have to prepare your environment beforehand. And this idea, it totally reframes what we think of as discipline. It's not about having some kind of superhuman willpower. Not at all. It's about being smart and designing an environment where doing the right thing is actually the easiest thing to do. All right, the final piece of the puzzle, using triggers. This is how you put the whole system on autopilot. You simply attach your new, tiny habit to something you already do without thinking. So you don't have to decide when to work for 2 minutes, your morning coffee decides for you. There's no thinking, no debating with yourself, It just happens. Okay, so this system is great for getting stuff done, for sure, but it builds into something so much bigger, so much more important. It fundamentally changes how you see yourself. It creates a new identity. You know, the real danger isn't just one lazy day. It's what that one day represents. Every time you delay, you're casting a vote for inaction. And those votes, they compound. One day turns into a week, then a month, then a whole year goes by, and you're left looking back, wondering, why didn't I just start earlier? But here's the amazing part. This works both ways. Every single time you show up, even for just those 2 minutes, you're casting a vote for a new identity. These aren't just small tasks you're checking off a list. You are literally rewiring your brain, forging a new version of yourself with every tiny action. And that is the ultimate transformation. You go from seeing yourself as someone who's just a victim of their feelings to someone who's defined by their actions. You're no longer the person who waits for motivation. You become the person who just shows up.
So, if you take away just one thing from all of this, let it be this. Stop chasing motivation. It's an unreliable friend. It comes and goes. Instead, put your energy into building a reliable system. Because your system will be there for you, especially on the days motivation decides not to show up.
So this isn't about what you're going to do tomorrow. It's about right now, in this moment. What is one ridiculously small step you can take today to cast that first vote for the person you want to become? Your new system and your